All right, guys, we got a different story we're about to jump into here today. We may have somebody in the hospital breaking babies' bones. And that's what we're going to be talking about here in this. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Let's go. I know it's not Kohlberger, so I'm sure a lot of you are clicking off. Bye, motherfuckers. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? As you guys know, I'm JB Gunner, and this is Crime Time. Now, before we get started, let me first and foremost say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Hell, any of my channels, regardless of platform, regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't do this each and every day as often as I do for the last 18 years. No, 19 years. Now it's year 19 if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. I love you guys so much. If you too find my content valuable, hit the links down below. Join the Gun Squad. You can also find the links to my other channels. Speaking of that, a lot of you guys say, JV, aren't you going to cover the terrorist attacks? I do, on my politics channel, on my news channels. And a lot of you guys, okay, you're like, you may not know where that is, but if you go to my page and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see other JB Gunner channels. You can click right here, click all, and you can find, this isn't all of them, but this is seven of them right here. My news is right here on JB Gunner TV and on The Gun Show. You guys can check that out right there if you guys want to check out some of my other content. But guys, getting back to this, I also want to say this. I actually got a comment from somebody, and if you're listening, little motherfucker, I hope you're hearing me. Somebody was like, take this down. And I'm like, I'm not taking it down. He's like, I don't like the way you talked about my sister. I was like, I don't give a shit. He's like, I'm telling the FBI. Tell them, motherfucker. We're going to sue. We're going to take your channel down. Well, let me say this right now. You think they stopped making lawyers when they made yours, brother? Nah, you know they didn't, right? The difference between you and me is I can go toe-to-toe with the shit. But anyways, I just want to make this clear. I don't take down videos because some jackass or their family or any motherfucker has something to say about it. I only take down videos when I'm drunk. And it's only because when I'm drunk, I likely said some shit that can get my channels flagged down. Me telling you your sister, me saying your sister is a hoe on a video, there's no defamation, there's no none of that. You can't do shit. I'm not taking the video down. I'm not doing any of that. And if you don't like it, you can suck my balls. How about that? Tell that to you. In fact, send your lawyer this message. JB Gunner, John Gunner Collins, said you can suck his balls. We got it? All right, let's get into the story. Anyways, guys, we got some serious shit going on here. Happy New Year, by the way. Told you I was going to start giving you guys videos every day. And so, newsflash, they're not going to be Kohlberger videos every day because there's not Kohlberger news every day. But anyway, I did find this story highly interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It is highly interesting. Frantic hunt for unknown abuser breaking baby's bones at Virginia hospital after 7 infants in NICU are found with fractures. You know what kind of a weird, like, look, man, we can sit and talk bad about Kohlberger or Richard Allen, but you know what kind of sorry motherfucker you have to be in a hospital like, nobody's watching, and just snapping a little fucking baby's limb, and then, nobody's seeing me again, and then snapping another baby's limb. You gotta be a dog shit motherfucker to do anything close to like that. There's no question about it. And I've known some dog shit motherfuckers in my day, and even they wouldn't do that shit, right? But let's go ahead and scroll on down here. A Virginia hospital has closed its neonatal intensive care unit after 7 premature babies suffered mysterious injuries by an unknown abuser who remains on the loose. Get them, true crimer. Get them, snack cakers. A couple has spoken out after an unidentified staff member at Henrico Doctors Hospital in Richmond. Why would anybody go to a place called Henrique Doctors? Man, fuck that. Fractured the newborn's leg during his time in the NICU, as discovered by the state's child services. They did open a probe. They did open a probe, authorities did, into the inexplicable fractures after 4 babies were injured in the summer of 2023. And 3 more were hurt in November and December of this very year, as reported by WTVR. We will take a look at some of these stories that they got right here and see what's going on here, because clearly there's something. Clearly, there's something. Investigation found Henrico Doctors Hospital employee abused NICU baby in 2023. Let's see what we got.
So this was Micah, and that was Noah.
August 25th of 2023, the day little Micah and
Look,
Noah.
man, I'm going to say something. Not all babies are cute. That's all I'm going to say. Not all babies are cute. Listen, if this gentleman or anybody else happens to see this video, sorry. You know I'm telling the truth, bruh. I know you may think your kid's cute, but think about it. Think about how many other ugly motherfuckers you've seen, and you've been like, God damn, their baby's ugly. Don't get mad at me because I'm saying that about yours. There's a little ugly motherfucker. I'm sure later on he'll be just fine, but just right now, he's a little ugly motherfucker. Anyway, back to it.
Noah were born at 28 weeks and 6 days.
They kept him swaddled a lot.
That's fucked up.
Dad Dominic Hackey took countless photos of the twins, so proud and so in love with them, especially after Dominic and his wife Tori were told Micah might not make it.
Well, directly after the babies were born that night, they told us that we might lose Micah.
Thankfully, they didn't.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Both boys stayed together in a room in the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, or NICU, at Henrico Doctors Hospital. Noah, in particular, thrived right away.
And Noah was healthy baby boy. He was on CPAP for maybe 2 days, and he was taken off.
But on September 5th...
So yeah, this was right after it happened.
The couple received some startling news.
A nurse was standing over Noah and was swaddling him, and just kind of looked back at us and was like, hey, you know, I noticed that his left leg was not moving. It was kind of discolored. Told the doctor on staff. We got some x-rays. We determined that he had a fracture.
Yo, serious question. That baby's got to have some pain tolerance, right? Like, I'm 6'1", 300, and I'm not going to lie to you. If I even stub my toe, I'm like, you remember the meme of what's his name on Family Guy, where he's like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I am when I'm not bullshitting. I'm the complete bitch when I'm sick and when I get little injuries. Don't get me wrong, I can get shot and not cry at all. But if I stub my toe, I'm a complete bitch. So I gotta say, this motherfucker's got some pain tolerance, right? Like, he's just sitting there with a broken leg and shit, goo-goo and gaga and all that. That's crazy. It's a bad little dude.
To his leg, so we are going to splint it for the next 2 weeks. Then she was like, do you want to hold him?
Dominic and his wife said no.
In my mind, because I'm like, you know, I don't want them to say that, turn it around on us and say that we broke his leg or anything like that. So I was like, no, we don't want to hold him.
That's actually very smart. He's right. Because if they would have took that baby home and shit, that's exactly what they would have said. They would have been like, you did it. This is yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the money and the government, they all fund that shit. Then the hospitals fund it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he's right. He's smart. He went to the news. He's like, no, fuck this. I'm making this shit public. It's smart. It's very smart.
We're just going to kind of process this.
This picture Dominic took of Noah's x-ray shows the fracture.
They said it was the tibia that was fractured. And so that little piece there is what the fracture was.
Dominic.
You know what that is? I bet you it's somebody. Now, it could be somebody sitting there and just snapping the fucking things. Or it could be somebody dragging them by their foot. Like, how would that happen?
Then told his mother, a nurse, about the fracture.
She's like, that's not right. You know, I've worked in, like I said, multiple NICUs, and there's never, ever, ever been a fracture.
Yeah.
Dominic says she immediately contacted Child Protective Services to report the injury. Meanwhile, Dominic says hospital leadership seemed to suggest the injury was accidental.
That's what they told us.
What did they say? That
it could have been done because an injection was given and maybe they did it too hard and that caused the fracture.
Nah, man. Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? An injection's breaking, but come on, man. Go away, yo. Yeah, they gave you a line of bullshit.
By January, Henrico police and a prosecutor had reached out to the couple.
Was that a goddamn Mexican flag? This is in Virginia, right? Was that a Mexican flag? What the fuck is that shit? Let me see if that's what that was. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, no. I don't think it
caused the fracture.
No, it wasn't. All right,
By
cool.
January, Henrico police and a prosecutor had reached out to the couple as part of their investigation.
Virginia flag looks a lot like it.
In September, they received this letter from Henrico's Department of Social Services.
Following a thorough Child Protective Services investigation, this agency has determined the disposition of this report to be founded level 1 for physical abuse of Noah by an employee of the Henrico Doctors Hospital NICU.
Level 1 is the most serious level of child abuse or neglect in Virginia.
It was intentional. It was child abuse.
Intentional.
It was the most severe level.
Intentional.
That it can be, and that kind of like definitely opened our eyes to it, because nobody had ever said that before. Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, so they're saying openly that this was done on purpose. Wouldn't you know who had that? There's a lot of cameras, right? Like, wouldn't you have access to this shit?
Nobody had ever said, this is child abuse. This was intentional. When you find out you have kids, you do everything to protect them.
That's true.
You kind of vow that.
He's
Especially
right.
As a father and my son, I vow to protect them and do
Absolutely.
everything. And I'm helpless.
Dominic says it wasn't until October of this year that police told them other NICU babies experienced similar injuries around the same time. But they said they couldn't figure out who hurt the babies. They basically said, like, we couldn't find evidence of who did that.
How? How is that possible that they can't find evidence in a building that's got cameras everywhere? And you don't know which employees were where and who was in the room? Come on, man. This should be the easiest case in the world to crack.
This?
Correct.
How did that feel?
Angry. It's my baby boy. and I feel like I've done nothing to protect him, and that hurts. And it's pissed me off.
Still, Dominic and his wife were so busy caring for the twins that they accepted those findings and the hospital's word that they had instituted preventative measures like cameras in the NICU and more training to ensure this never happened again.
So they didn't already have cameras in the fuck? Oh, man.
That is until Thursday, when a friend sent them our story about Henrico Doctors Hospital pausing admissions to the NICU after 3 more babies were found with unexplainable fractures in late November and December of this year.
Yeah, well, look at that. That one's right here. Henrico Hospital pauses admissions after babies had unexplainable fractures.
Breaking news alert.
Hospital pausing admissions to its neo-intensive care unit, or NICU, after discovering multiple babies with unexplainable fractures.
This is wild.
Good evening. I'm Janine Samuels.
And I'm Julie Bragg. Our Melissa Hippolyte joins us now in the studio to tell us what she's learning about
She's going to write us highly fuckable.
Julie and Janine, there were actually 2 separate instances involving multiple babies since 2023. Now, the most recent occurred in late November and December of this year when Henrico Doctors Hospital discovered that 3 babies in the NICU had unexplainable fractures. The second happened in the summer of 2023. HCA, which owns the hospital, described that incident as similar, and it involved 4 babies. Now, all of this is according to an alert on HCA Virginia's website about NICU safety measures at Henrico Doctors Hospital. HCA says they are pausing new admissions out of an abundance of caution, and that fractures occasionally happen with preterm babies because they lack full fetal bone development, but the hospital is working to determine how the fractures occurred. They said the hospital initiated a thorough investigation, informed families, and contacted the proper authorities and regulatory agencies. Healthcare professionals are reviewing video footage of those incidents, and that was provided to the proper authorities. Now, so far, they have not found any misconduct or accidental actions that could have caused the fractures.
Bullshit.
In the meantime, the hospital is taking many steps to enhance safety in the NICU, among them more training, additional examinations of NICU babies led by doctors that specialize in the care of premature babies.
What was they doing to begin with?
Systems and a new observer system where each provider in the NICU is accompanied by another clinician when they are present in a baby's room to help ensure protocols are followed. A spokesperson for Henrico Police told me they are investigating if any criminal violations have occurred.
Of course.
He said the county is prepared to utilize all available resources to ensure a thorough investigation. HPD is partnering with Child Protective Services, the Virginia State Police, the Virginia Department of Health, and the Attorney General's office to ensure all evidence is examined. We also followed up with HCA to see if there's anything additional they would like to share. We are waiting to hear back. Melissa Hippolyte.
They ain't gonna tell you shit. So then back to this guy's story. So as you can see, this shit is getting kind of big. I mean, well, there's a lot of babies this shit's happening to.
We couldn't believe it. Instant anger, instant tears, because it's not supposed to happen again. It wasn't supposed to happen in the first place.
Now he says he blames himself for not reaching out to the news to share his story long ago.
That's one of my hugest regrets, reaching out sooner and saying something. Because, you know, it could have prevented somebody else's child from getting hurt. Ready? Boo!
Thankfully, Noah made a full recovery, and the twins are thriving at home in Chesterfield.
Mud sharks everywhere.
But the couple now wants justice for Noah and for the other babies who were injured while in the NICU at Henrico Doctors Hospital.
Somebody needs to be held accountable for my son, for everybody, others' kid. Like, somebody needs to be held accountable.
I agree with that.
In such a short period of time.
No, I agree with all that completely. Guys, Henrico's top prosecutor reopens case of baby with fractures. So him going on the news seemed to have worked.
Hackey's father told me he is very... Well, Noah Hackey's father told me he is very happy his son's case has been reopened. He said he believes the story he shared with us last week about his son's case lit a fire under everybody.
As
we shared with you, Noah Hackey's tibia was fractured when he was in the NICU at Henrico Doctors Hospital in September of 2023. At the time, Child Protective Services did an investigation, and this year the Hackey family received a letter from a CPS supervisor that said they founded level 1 physical abuse of Noah by an employee of the hospital's NICU. However, they were not able to identify that employee. Last week, Henrico Doctors Hospital announced it was pausing admission to their NICU because 3 babies were found in late November and December with unexplained fractures. They said the incidents were similar to incidents in the summer of 2023 involving 4 babies. Henrico's Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor
a lot of babies.
said the 2023 babies are now a part of the 2024 investigation.
We are looking to see if there, is criminal conduct. Is it intentional criminal conduct? Is it negligent conduct that rises to a criminal negligence standard? Or is it a negligence standard that would be addressed by civil remedies?
Yeah.
If there are families out there who believe that there is something that impacted their child back in 2023 at this particular hospital, that they should certainly feel, comfortable in reaching out to law enforcement and calling Henrico Police. I don't want to suggest that we know for sure that there are other situations, but we cannot preclude the idea that there could be other babies that were impacted.
No shit.
Investigators are currently reviewing video footage from the hospital. In the meantime, HCA, which owns the hospital, says it is taking many steps
What do you mean currently? This should have been done a long fucking time ago.
to enhance safety in the NICU. Among them, more training, additional examinations of NICU babies led by doctors that specialize in the care of premature babies, new security systems, and a new observer system where each provider in the NICU is accompanied by another clinician.
Son of a bitch. Guys, we got some serious shit going on here, right? Some serious shit. And by the way, the number of infants is 7. 7! Let me know what you guys think, man. You think it's just an accident? I think there's some evil psychopath going around breaking it, or at the very least, Some motherfucker that don't know what he's doing is just pulling the babies by their ankles and shit. You know what I mean? There has to be something. It's not an injection doing this. There is clearly either the biggest dummy in the world in charge of these babies or someone literally breaking their ankles. And why wasn't there more cameras in this situation? Do your thing, true crimers. Do your thing, snack cakers. Do your investigating. Let's see what we can do with this one. Let me know if you guys hear anything in the comment section down below. But yeah, this is wild. I'll keep you updated on this story if I get any more updates. I know this isn't Brian Kohlberger, ooh. But anyway, this actually might be worse than Brian Kohlberger. Some motherfucker just run around purposely snapping babies' ankles. That's pretty fucking big. That's pretty rough. If you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. I love you guys. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. See you tomorrow.